General information about lymphatic system. Lymphatic vessels, lymphatic trunks, lymph nodes. Then you should find spleen in digestive system. I think here spleen, because spleen is peripheral organ of immune system, and that is also peripheral organ of lymphatic system, yes. And lymphatic drainage from only from pelvis and from lower extremity. From pelvis and lower extremity till here. Abdominal cavity not necessary to prepare, only pelvis and lower extremity. Clear? Well, some words about lymphatic system. Tell me please, what is the main function of lymphatic system?
Drainage of
yes, drainage of tissues, of organs. Because this is blood system, that is here. Here it is artery, which bring oxygenated blood for tissues. Here it is capillaries. And from capillaries, blood moves into veins and goes to heart. And in time when blood passes through capillaries, this part of this blood, plasma of this blood, goes into the tissues, into intercellular fluid. Here exchange of gases, and then this fluid comes back to capillaries and moves with veins. And if 100% of blood come to tissue, near of 90%, from 90 till 95% of fluid removes with venous system, and from 5 to 10% of fluid stay in tissues, and we need to remove this fluid from tissues, and this function performed by lymphatic system. That is why lymphatic capillaries, they absorb from 5 to 10% of intercellular fluid and move it from tissues. That is first and most important function of lymphatic system. That is remove fluid, that is drainage of tissues. And other functions are immune function, because lymph passes through lymph nodes. In lymph nodes we have lymphoid tissue where lymphocytes, T and B lymphocytes, they comes to lymph from lymph nodes and then goes to systemic circulation. Transport function, for example, transport of lipids. You know that lipids absorbed in small intestine, in lymphatic, not into blood capillaries, but into lymphatic. Well, and that is lymphatic capillary. Lymphatic capillary usually wider than blood capillary. It's more transparent, more here in lymphatic capillary is absent basal membrane. In blood capillaries we have basal membrane. This is basal membrane and one layer of endothelial cells. Yes, in blood capillaries. In lymphatic capillary, basal membrane is absent. Just endothelial cells which join together with the help of fibers of connective tissue, but there is no basal membrane, just connective tissue fibers which join together endothelial cells. That is why more easy for lipids, for example, from large proteins comes into lymphatic capillary. Lymphatic capillary continues into lymphatic postcapillary, and postcapillary has basal membrane and endothelial cells, and lymphatic postcapillary continues into lymphatic vessel. Lymphatic vessel it has the same walls like in blood vessels. Which walls? External wall, external coat. That is
adventitious
middle layer is muscular coat and inner layer is tunica
intima.
The same layers in lymphatic vessels like in blood vessels, and lymphatic vessels has valves, the same like veins. And part of lymphatic vessel between two valves, this is one valve, that is next valve. And this part of lymphatic vessel has name lymphangion. And lymphatic vessels, they interrupt with lymph nodes. And blood flow through lymph nodes, and then from lymph nodes continues into another vessel. This vessel is the same, can interrupt with lymph nodes. Then another vessel, maybe 3-4 rows of lymph nodes on the way of the lymph. And then large lymphatic vessels, large vessels, which already not interrupts with lymph nodes. They has name, these large vessels have name lymphatic trunks. And we have 4 trunks in human body, right and left lumbar trunks, truncus lumbalis. These 2 lumbar trunks join together and makes thoracic duct, that is largest lymphatic vessel, thoracic duct. And thoracic duct is receive left bronchomediastinal trunk and opens, just a moment, here it is brachiocephalic veins, superior vena cava. This is internal jugular vein, and this is subclavian vein, and here it is the same. And this place where internal jugular vein joined with subclavian vein and brachiocephalic vein start, this place has name venous angle, and thoracic duct, ductus thoracicus, opens into left venous angle, and left jugular trunk, left subclavian trunk, and I already said about left bronchomediastinal trunk. All of them opens into thoracic duct, and it opens into left venous angle. On the right side, we have a right lymphatic duct, ductus lymphaticus dexter, and right jugular, right subclavian, and right bronchomediastinal trunks opens into right lymphatic duct, and after that right lymphatic duct opens into right venous angle. Sometimes right lymphatic duct is absent. In this case, all of these trunks, right jugular, right subclavian, and right bronchomediastinal, directly opens into right venous angle. Is it clear? That is why in human body we have lumbar trunks, bronchomediastinal, jugular, and subclavian. 4 trunks and 2 ducts, thoracic duct and right lymphatic duct. And sometimes we have inconstant intestinal trunk. If it is present, it's present in 20% of cases. If it is present, intestinal trunk usually opens into beginning of thoracic duct. This place has name cisterna hyli, that is beginning of thoracic duct. Or sometimes it opens into lumbar trunk, usually into thoracic duct. Truncus intestinalis, it is inconstant in 20% of cases. We will speak only about constant trunks.